At number 5, well, Cam Newton, he gave you a stinker against the Buccaneers, scoring 15 fantasy points. There's also reports that he could have some right shoulder issues, but I do like him to bounce back this week against the Browns. They've allowed the second most passing yards and the fourth most fantasy points to quarterbacks since week 9. At number 4, can you believe it? Aaron Rodgers is on this list. He gave you 15 points against the Cardinals. He has now failed to throw for multiple touchdowns in 2 straight games for the first time since 2015. But here's the good news. He's got Atlanta coming up next, so Rodgers should put up a better line. At number 3, yeah, you were out of luck if you started Andrew Luck. He entered the week with at least 3 touchdown passes in 8 straight games. He gave you none against the Jaguars defense, which finally showed up for a football game. Good news for Luck owners. He faces the Texans next up. He had 464 yards and 4 touchdowns against them back in week 4. At number 2, Jared Goff. MJD, what happened to the Rams passing game? Jared Goff came in, threw for only 207 yards, 1 touchdown, and gave you just 8 fantasy points. It was his worst performance since week 6. And things might not get better in week 14. He's got to play the Bears on the road, so dare I say, Jared Goff might be a sit in week 14. And at number 1, Drew Brees gave you the stink bomb of all stink bombs against my beloved Dallas Cowboys, giving you 7 fantasy points. It was his worst stat line since week 8. But guess what, guys? Brees is going to bounce back, and he's going to bounce back big. Why? He's playing the Buccaneers upcoming. In his last game against the Bucs, 439 yards and 32 fantasy points. Those were my Fast 5 fallen arms for week 13.